Let's jump in a little bit more into the two things that you just talked about, is the gaming and the restaurants, because I'm sure it's not a new foray for you, but it seems to be more of an emphasis, I'd say, for you and a lot of the industry. Can you talk a little bit about that transition into that?
Our world included leasing out snack bars. And we had one Greek family that ran the Maple Lane snack bar in Brooklyn for almost 40 years. And it was a Greek diner inside of 48 Lane Bowling Center. It's pretty cool. But it helped us with early leagues because you can come and have dinner on real live plates, food taken out that was cooked in an oven that was in a steam table. So it was,
right.
We always thought about making sure the food was good. As time went on, we saw everything the family entertainment centers were doing. And we built 2 commercial kitchens out of the 5 that are left. And we make sure that we do the best we can to keep things consistent. So we start with the food and beverage manager. We start with training. We continue it with menus and recipes and pictures. This is what it should look like on the plate.
Yeah.
Want it to look good. It doesn't have to be from the Waldorf, but it certainly should have a nice piece of wax paper that might be plaid, might have a logo on it. Have you ever been to Ford's Garage? It's a pub type place, big in Florida. And it's a derivative of the Ford Motor Company. I don't know how they did it. They probably got licensed. So the hamburgers come with the Ford Motor Company stamp on the top of the burger.
Oh, yeah.
We have a Maple Family Center stamp.
Very cool. Yeah.
We're not ashamed to copy something to the good.
Hey, it works. Yeah.
I watched one go by. I didn't eat it, so we're putting emphasis on that. What happens? Hey, you're going to hit 30 and you're going to want your party. And that's a great piece of business. 30 couples, good food, liquor sales to go with it. So it's really an eye on marketing and who are our customers. One thing, maybe you could figure this out. I walked into one of the Florida locations, middle of the day. There were a bunch of guys drinking a lot of beer, having a great time. And there were stacks of Pampered diapers on the concourse.
Yeah.
What was it? The girls had the wives had their baby shower and the men had their baby shower.
Interesting. Yeah.
And I'm saying, how can I make that happen again?
Right.
I've only seen it twice, but I like that. That's great.
Right.
How do you let people know that? And you have to probably, I don't know where you start.
You could partner with the Pampers. That's a start.
Yeah, exactly. But so my mind works like, how do we make that happen?
Right.
Years ago, there were a group of people early in the morning on lanes 1 and 2, and they were there for 2 or 3 Fridays in a row. And I got to meet them. And in those days, it was not computerized. There was a department that worked midnight to 8 to clear checks for Chemical Bank. By the time I got done with them, they had 14 teams every Friday morning. The bar was open for happy hour at 8 a.m. The business begets business, so that we had 14 teams of 4, and a bunch of postmen came in. And by the next year, there was a second league at the same time. It's really what's kept me good, my set of eyes and my understanding that if people are trying to create a habit, I could help them along. And their comment to me was, bowling is the only normal thing we do all week. When you work midnight to 8, nothing is normal.
Right.
We don't have that anymore. That's long gone, but
yeah,
there's the next one. It might be Pampers. It might be something else.
Right.
I don't know. You might know.
No, I love that a lot. It's going with the human nature, going with the grain of what people are already trying to do, and you're just trying to stoke that and spread it to other people.
You got it.
I love that. Yeah, I love that. What about the gaming side? Is that something you guys have been pushing?
I'm learning. We're just almost done with the physical plant for the second arcade. We have a redemption center. There's a science to it. I'm smart enough to know what I don't know. So George McAuliffe is a consultant, not a commercial for him, but he's a really good guy. He's done the first one for us. Now he's doing the second one for us. I don't know what game is better than the other, though. I go to Ubig and they discuss it, and it's just not what I do. So I listen and I say to my grandkids, "What games do you like?"
Right.
Because the arcades are in Florida; they're not in New York yet, where the grandkids are. So I don't have those free
You're
consultants.
still learning, right? Yeah, I mean, I talked to guys like Mike Logan or Brian Smith, and they're all about the games. They've been preaching that for a
They do
long
a
time.
great job, and I'm just not there yet.
Mhm.
We don't have VIP rooms. We don't have those nuances that a lot of the big places, the fun time places and all that. But I learn from them. I admire everything they do because I see that's where it's going.
Yeah,
We've never taken lanes out. Right
yeah,
now,
that was my next question.
it's square footage and it's real estate, and you want to get a
Mhm.
return on investment for your real estate.
Right.
We haven't built a bowling center, which we've never done. My dad did way back when, but I'm a chicken. I could take a beat up one and make it better, but I
Yeah.
can't, I'm not a pioneer. We would never build a 40-lane bowling center. You'd build a 20-lane bowling, 16-lane bowling center, big bar, big arcade, all the other amenities. If I can get my wife to say we could do the gun thing with the not only the escape room, whatever the other thing's called, we would do it, but we're not there. We're not for that.
Yeah, and yeah, depending on space is always the limiting factor.
We have 30 and 40 and 50,000 square foot buildings. You could
Right.
figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like the arcade. So we have a Facebook group, and we polled some of the people in the group of what their most profitable on a per square foot basis product line is, and a lot of people said the arcade.
So we have a very traditional bowling center in Clearwater. We do, everyone is amazed at how much league business we do, which is about $400,000. All right. The arcade did about 340. All the effort we put into league bowling, if we put the same effort in, we would do tremendously better.
Right.
It's free money. I mean, it's easy.
Right.
But if we challenge ourselves to make it harder and do more promotions for it, and we do some discounted hours, and we give people the cards, and we juice it up a little bit, better at it. And then
Yeah.
traditionals at places, open play is 2.5 times more than that when it comes to revenue.
Yeah.
So all in all, and this is all about 22 being very good, it's all good. You don't want to give up any of it. You want to grow it all.
Yeah.
It's in conflict. Weekends will be in conflict. We were at loggerheads with a Friday night league that was bleeding into our cosmic time. And we ultimately convinced them to go to 3s from 4s, start a little earlier, get out earlier. Their league grew. I don't care how big it is early.
Yeah. Right.
So we took some heat, and
Sure.
and a good leader is comfortable with himself when he makes a tough decision, and you got to take I got to take the heat. I know how to do
Right.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure you've had a lot of practice over the years with some league bowlers.
My first week there, we lost someone's bowling ball in 1971. We had lockers in the basement, and we moved them up, and we lost some guy's bowling ball. He was a tough union guy, cigar, bald head. He chewed me out. And he was with the second chemical bank league that bowled with us at 6 p.m. And as a result of us screwing up, he and I became great friends. And what did he do? He ran the motor pool for Chemical Bank with all the armored cars. He would send the armored truck to Maple Lanes and drop off cases of quarter wrappers for me.
Oh, wow.
It's just almost a 60-year memory.
Yeah.
Some odd-year memory, but it's like, how do you grow flowers from manure?
Right. Yeah. Turn it into a love friendship. Hey, did you like this video? Great. We make 10 of them a week. Subscribe to learn more and keep learning about what's working in the industry. Talk to you then.